Go ahead, superstar.
Man says superstar, please, baby. Stop this nonsense. God. You could have been a superstar too.
You do understand by that reasoning and logic, it means that you're affirming and also validating the fact that you are a superstar. No, that wasn't sarcasm. That wasn't that's how sarcasm works, boy. Yeah. I love how you just,
How many times man them on Twitter just say something that they do not mean, and like, sarcasm.
That's how sarcasm works.
I've seen people doing it today. I was just trolling, man. Idiots.
Banter.
God, baited.
See, you just don't like being triggered online, see? Triggered.
It's very hard to come out of that mode into this mode.
You're a professional, innit?
Someone has to be.
Start the thing.
Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Chelsea versus West Ham preview. And I must say, there's a lot to get into here because not only have we got the game upcoming, another London derby, another opportunity at Stamford Bridge to redeem ourselves and to recover from what was an embarrassing defeat and what has been a string, actually, of embarrassing defeats at home to Real Madrid, to Brentford, to Arsenal, you name it, we're getting slapped up by them. But there's also the Rudiger situation. I believe you've already seen it. He looks like he's joining Real Madrid. And I'm not going to lie, I'm slightly pissed off because I didn't expect us to lose both of our centre-backs. Obviously, now that we've been sanctioned, it just changes everything. But who has to take responsibility for this? Who has to pack a bag over this potentially? Anybody got to pack a toothbrush over this? I don't know. But I have had some strong words to say on it because I do feel like we are shooting ourselves in the foot. So I'm going to start with this and get to the preview and the game after. These contracts, it's all well and good not having them all signed up and just saying we're going to recruit and get new players in. But that's been our issue, is recruitment. The new players that we've been signing have been very wishy-washy, very iffy, very, very skeptical. Sporadic. You know, the investment is a sticky, icky one. It's one that we need to really improve on going forward. I don't trust us. This is my issue. This is why I'm so annoyed, is because I don't trust us to replace these centre-backs properly. Who are we going to bring in where I can have the confidence that our foundations that we've built over the last year is actually going to be maintained? Because we've got enough problems as it is. Is this going to stop us from acting in other parts of the pitch in terms of positions for the market that we already have upcoming with new owners? We've already got enough problems that we need to sort out. And now you're telling me that we need to get 2 new centre-backs as well? For me, it just feels like, once again, too much to do in too little time with too much overhaul and change at the top of the hierarchy as well. And that is why I said prior, and I know people won't like it, but I just don't see us as title contenders next season. With all of this going on, it's just far too much. I am relying on my football club to get every single transfer dealing correct. They have to bang immediately. You're putting these players under pressure. The centre-backs we're going to be signing are going to be starters because Thiago Silva is 37. Pension plans are pending. Yeah, and you look at City, you look at Liverpool. Again, I keep saying it. These players that they bring in, they mold them in, they ease them in. Even Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle, they didn't start him for like 3-4 games in a row because they allowed him to get used to it. They allowed him to get used to the culture, the food, the living arrangements. Talking about Postman Pat, Royal Mail, get him everything sorted, conducted. But we don't do that. We don't do that.
This is Newcastle you're talking about, not like Monte Carlo. Like, this ain't Monaco. Like, relax. Shepherd's pies and 1-bedroom flats.
That's a lot of change for Bruno.
Respectfully.
It's a lot of change for Bruno. Just came from Lyon. Very different setting and surroundings with Geordie shouting outside your window, cheering your name. So Maximum's taken well to it. Cornet's down in Burnley. Do you know what I'm saying? Representing the man them. Struggling. No Sean Dyche to pat him on the back anymore. It's long. It's very long. But what I keep saying is, because we rush these players in and because we put them under so much pressure, because we never plan, we never predict, we always react to the situations that unfold. The midfield is now starting to fall apart, but we could have seen this happening over the last couple of years, over the long term of a 38-game season, not just a Champions League. But instead of getting that midfield situation sorted last summer, what do? We wait. We bring in a loan deal and we wait. And now we got a whole issue in here because now there's multiple players falling off at the same time. and it's all mad. So listen, all I have to say on this situation is that Marina, I may have overhyped her a slight touch. I'm not going to lie to you. Here they come with their chokes and their coffin.
No.
Hold on, let me finish. I spoke to Culture Cams at the studio today. He tried to bring it up on Big Six. I had to shut it down because I was like, please, I cannot deal with this right now. Now, listen, when it comes to Marina, she's under more pressure now for this reason. I'll let you come in with your 2 cents. Roman is no longer here. They had a 25-year working relationship in terms of start to end. Even before he went into football, she was working with him as a PA. In another company. So to say Marina out or to even question was pointless. And I admit, I thought she did a great job last summer, but she didn't. She really didn't when you look at it. But that's not my biggest issue because she's not a scout. I've never really said to Marina, oh, you have to find players. You have to scout. She's not a scout. She's a finance. She deals with the finances. She deals with negotiations. I thought that these centre-back contracts, I honestly thought, yeah, you've left it late, but you're going to get it sorted. And she hasn't. And she is the negotiator. She's the one that lowballed on that Rudiger first offer of 140k. That's 10,000 less than Ruben Loftus-Cheek earns as 4th choice midfielder. And for me, yes, I know in negotiations you have to lowball. Yes, I know you have to make sure. But why weren't you lowballing with Chilwell when he came from Leicester? Why is he on 190k a week on his first contract when we had no competition to sign him? Why is Werner on 270k a week from RB Leipzig when he was earning 120 when he was at RB Leipzig? Why are these players on such high wages that we now have the second highest wage bill, in the Premier League behind Manchester United? Which means now that Rudiger and Christensen want more money than they probably... you would want to pay them, but it's your fault because you put the wage bill at that point in the first place. We can't complain that Rudiger wants 200k or Christensen wants 180k when their comparable players amongst them are earning crazy money on their first contracts because they've just signed. The way Liverpool do it is they make it a thing where you have to earn the money. You come in on a base pay, there's incentives, and then if you perform, if you do Salah, if you do Mane, you get new contracts. I don't get this backwards logic of because you want a player, you're going to pay them stupid money, and then the rest of the players that are there and now outperforming them, because it is defenders outperforming attackers, I know attackers get more money than defenders, but come on,
But if you also look
it's crazy.
Look how Liverpool signed. Liverpool signed players from lower clubs that are on the upswing. For instance, Mane, Southampton.
But Werner, RB Leipzig, same applies, bro. Bro, 270k a week. That's why Liverpool never signed him. Remember, Werner was twerking for Klopp in the press. Twerking for him.
He was.
But Liverpool said we can't afford it. Maybe it was the fee, 47 million.
It was the fee.
It was the money. They signed Jota for not much less.
Yeah.
Looked like the wages. 270k a week. I could guarantee you Liverpool and Manchester City ain't paying no 270k a week for Werner. And that is the biggest issue, is we overpay for the new players that come in because of potential. We say that we're trying to get the wage bill down and we're trying to be smart now, but we haven't been acting smart in the beginning. And that's why we're paying for it now. So I can't get angry at Rudiger, who's on his last contract, his last big one, and he leaves. And maybe, yes, people will get angry with Rudiger and they'll call him a snake. I can't say that because a year ago, or just over a year ago, and you'll remember it as well, he was public enemy number one in the Chelsea fan base. Same with Christensen. He was getting absolutely slaughtered and cussed out by Chelsea's fan base. So the only message I have to say, Marina's job, listen, it's not as secure as it once was. We'll see what the new owners want to say. I have to question that wage structure that she's built up over the years. But all I'm going to say on Rudiger and Christensen is they are not snakes for understanding that they are being lowballed, that they should be earning what they feel they should be earning, especially in the modern day. Listen, Rudiger, last big contract. If Real Madrid are offering you that, you go and take it. And even though we did offer the 230 reportedly by the Athletic just before the sanctions, we lowballed at 140, which is, like I said, less than what Ruben Loftus-Cheek earns, 20k more than Hudson-Odoi, less than Saul on loan, less than Kepa, who's a second choice goalkeeper on 150k a week. I can keep going.
Okay.
He deserved what he wanted.
I'm going to hit you with this as well. Okay. Something that people never take into consideration. These people are human beings. So he understands that on the current wage he's on, he's drastically underplayed at the club, He's played through this, hasn't really complained hasn't really gone out and complained.
Ultimate professional. He's arguably our player of the year right now.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, all right, cool. So it's time to re-up my contract now, and you're mad lowballing me. You're showing me that you don't really care about me. Like, I've been here, we won the Champions League, ain't said nothing, did new management in and out, stay professional, ain't... All right, cool. Time to reward me now. Nah, all right, cool. Well, you don't really like me. I'm not doing this.
Now I understand there's a risk of paying a defender 200k a week when they're about to touch 30. Listen, like I said, a few months ago, I would have been able to make my peace with one of Christensen and Rudiger going. But both of them going at the same time with the way we are as a recruitment, and we've got new owners and we don't have a setup yet, I just worry that our defense is going to take a massive hit next season. Silva could take more injuries at 37, and we don't have any defenders apart from Levi Colwell, Trevor Chalobah, who's had a shaky couple of months recently, but is still someone that I think has potential. But you're putting 19-year-old Levi Colwell under this much pressure. We have to go into the market and we have to get defenders.
Let's go one step.
Will they be good? We'll see.
Let's go one step further real quick here. You should not have been selling Tomori and Gurhi without these contract read up in 5 years of Christensen and bruv, like, and you called her a goddess, and you were twerking.
I'm not gonna lie, I locked eyes with her at Stamford Bridge, and I had a moment.
You got mesmerized.
Yeah.
You got entrapped,
She
ensnared.
didn't even speak to me. I just saw her. We both looked at each other for a second. Yeah.
I think I know that guy.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. But anyway,
I saw money.
I'm saying to say, yeah, there's no way you should have jeopardized the long-term future of two very good.
But you need to understand, I never
prospects.
wanted Tomori or Gurhi to leave.
But again, I'm saying
I rated these.
She
players.
kept
speaking about them like they're great young talents. They're actually. Do you know what the funny thing is about? And Chelsea fans are going to learn this the hard way, and so am I. The loanies that are coming back from this crop, Gallagher, Broja, they're not as ready for what we do as a possession-based team as Mark Gurhi, Tomori would have been. These players were actually ready to play in a top side. Maybe, they wouldn't have given us Rudiger levels of performance immediately, but in the coming years, they would have, because they're good ball-playing centre-backs and they can play both right and left-side centre-back. They're versatile. Gallagher is not really, you wouldn't say he's a possession-based midfielder yet. He's still got to improve his passing. Every Palace fan I speak to, his passing needs to improve. He's a good presser, good counter-presser, good goal scorer, but he's still on the ball to unlock teams, to have creativity. Still not there yet. Broja at Southampton, listen, so much developing to do. He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
It's just weird that you arguably gave up the two players that could have probably
literally solved your issue.
Slot into your starting 11 now. Like, not to become ready to start. Well, ready to start.
Bro, they were just as ready, those two, as Mount and James were when they burst onto the scene. There is no difference. There is no difference from Tomori's loan when he won Player of the Year at Derby. There is no difference from Mark Gurhi's loan at Swansea, playing in multiple formations, to James, to Mount, to Tammy, to all these guys. They all had stellar championship loans, as is Levi Colwell. But we can't go back and turn back time. Livramento, Lamptey, I can just keep going at this point. Guys, I don't know what the future holds for this centre-back position. I'm not particularly confident with our history and recruitment, but all I am saying to you is that Rudiger and Christensen, thank you for your services. I wish you fucking well, all right? I'm going to keep it a buck. You man have been brilliant in the last year. You haven't always been at this level, hence why there's clearly been confusion about how much we should value you at. But to let you both go is crazy. But let's move into Chelsea, West Ham, I guess.
Do you know how long this is going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be long.
Yeah, this is meant to be a preview.
I had to have a rant. I had to delete my tweets because I didn't know if what I was saying was really correct. But I'm a hold the energy on this channel. At least I can put the content here without getting the quote tweets.
Right, give a quick preview, because this is going to be long otherwise.
Well, team news. Players are out for West Ham. You got Aaron Cresswell. You've got maybe Kufal, maybe Ben Johnson coming to a back three with Craig Dawson in the middle, because there's no Zuma, there's no Diop, and there's no Abona. So that is a weakness of West Ham immediately. To have three centre-backs out of the four, we should be able to get goals in this game. I know we have been scoring goals recently, to be fair to us. Not bad. It's actually defending in individual areas we're struggling with. So my team's up now. I don't really have a lot of confidence going into this game for the sheer fact that, obviously, our home record recently is absolutely appalling. However, West Ham, I have to hope that they're focusing on Frankfurt on Thursday, and they are going to maybe, hopefully, pray to God, take that eye off the ball just a smidge, because their biggest game in a lot of their careers and maybe in the club's history is coming up. With that being said, we have to win this game. Arsenal have just beaten Manchester United. They're getting far too close for my liking.
2 points.
2 points. 2 points behind.
Beat Man United today. 2
God
points.
have mercy. So 2 points behind now Chelsea. We need to open up a gap. We've got a game in hand on top of that as well. If we do against West Ham, we need to win this game. W settings only. I shouldn't even have to say that. It will take a lot of pressure off. Right now, we got news coming out about Tobo. We got Rudiger situation, contracts. Upheaval, distress in the fan base. What we need to galvanize and get everybody back together is a win against London rivals West Ham. So we need to win this game. Huge. Like I said, for me, what will be critical in this game is just some balance. Just some good profiles on that pitch together. For me, you've got to have Jorginho come back in. He's the only 6. I don't want to see Jorginho and Saul. Do we trust Saul to be the 6? Personally, I don't. But if you're going to play one of them, you have to have that balance between them and Kante or Loftus-Cheek, whoever you place. I don't really think Loftus-Cheek in that pivot is it. I think he's much better in a free role, even in the right wing-back role where he's been given opportunity and license to dribble and progress and get forward. Same with the midfield free when he's given the opportunity. When you put him in the pivot, as we saw against Arsenal, you make him more restricted. And in fact, he didn't even restrict himself. He just disappeared and left Kante to die. So the back three's got to come in because I do have concerns about Bowen and Anthony potentially pairing up in the front two. Big man to little man. And obviously Bowen gets in behind. Anthony holds the ball up. You've got Ben Rama. You've got Lanzini. You've got other players. Rice, Souček. That midfield area, it could be a 4 in there if they don't go with the back three. It could be a 3-man. Whatever it is in there, it's going to be problematic. If they go 3 with the wing backs and then another 3 in there as well, it's going to be very congested. I do expect West Ham to sit off and we've got to break them down. But like I said, they got enough weapons to hurt us. So guys, whatever your lineup is, whoever your team is, let me know your confidence levels down below. At this point, there's so much mess going on with the team. You just know that you've got to have Kai Havertz in there for his cameo against Arsenal. Did way more than Lukaku within a minute. You've got to have Werner out there just because you've got to ride it until the wheels fall off in terms of form. You've got to potentially bring back Thiago Silva in there, even though he's played too many games and did get spun by Nketiah. Christensen, I don't know where his head is. Rudiger's out. Kova's out. No Chilwell, no Hudson-Odoi. Trevor Chalobah's got to come back in for me. I don't want to see Malang sign this team with Alonso. One or the other. Whether it's a 4 or a 3 in your lineups, not both, one or the other. Trevor Chalobah could have cold feet, hasn't played in a while, but I trust him more than Sarr.
You lot are a lot more undermanned than I thought you were.
We got a few injuries and we have depth that we can't trust.
Yeah.
We had a big squad. We have a big squad. But unfortunately, when they're called upon, they don't do the business a lot of the time, and that leaves us in precarious situations. It's kind of like Fernandinho getting spun against Liverpool, but you can excuse that because he's a club legend.
No, we can't excuse that. We can excuse that because we had players out. Diaz was out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he's your depth, and he just couldn't do it on the day. Yeah. So, score prediction. I'm going to go with a Chelsea 2-1 win. I worry about a clean sheet with physicality issues, no Rudiger, and obviously Antonio's there.
Your commentary on Mendy this season has been minimal. Can we get an update of your thoughts and feelings, please?
You did say this had to be a short preview.
Oh, no, yeah, okay, one more thing and we're done. Yeah, I'm just saying, you talk in nauseum about
He is in rough form. But there is absolutely no way I'm taking him out for Kepa for 2 reasons. One, there is no time to kill the confidence of our main starting goalkeeper who will play the FA Cup final. For me, you just have to ride for it. And B, we need to sell Kepa, and I don't want Kepa getting any second ideas that he's going to stay. 150k a week on a 7-year contract when he signed. Hasn't been first choice.
7-year contract?
Yeah, we gave him the Alan Pardew contract, the David Moyes contract.
You gave him the Pedri contract.
The release clause, 500 million. We love you, sir.
Yeah.
Bowing down to his feet contract. Kepa's got to go in the summer. Way too much money. We need to cut this wage bill massively. I'm gonna leave you with this, people. The top 4 wage earners in the squad right now should probably all be leaving in the summer. You can Google that and find out who those people are. But if we're serious about cutting that wage bill down, none of those players are playing to value to money right now.
Nice.
That's all I have to say.
A piece of trivia. Get to work, people. We ain't speed fooding you everything. Do some of the work.
Have fun. Until next time, in a bit, people. Peace.
Who are the top 4?
You're going to leave this in, aren't you?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. You ain't pressed that button.
No?
Lock it off.
Yeah, give it that. Say this. Yeah,
Let
give
them
it to me.
work.
Yeah, give it to me.